Today, we're diving into a pretty incredible technological revolution that's happening right at the world's borders. See, Indian Customs is using some seriously advanced AI to hunt for criminals in the massive ocean of global trade. We're going to break down exactly how they're turning total data chaos into major drug busts. So let's get right into it.
So, it all really boils down to this one giant question. Every single day, millions of shipments are crisscrossing the globe. Now, most of them are totally legit, but hidden inside that flood of goods, you've got drugs, you've got weapons, and a whole lot of fraud. If you're a customs officer, finding that one illegal shipment is like trying to find a needle in a haystack the size of a planet. I mean, where do you even start?
And that really is the heart of the challenge. We're talking about a global haystack of just unimaginable size. The sheer volume of stuff moving around the world means manually checking everything is, well, it's completely impossible. So authorities have to rely on data to flag the shipments that look risky. But that leads us to the real villain of our story.
And yeah, that villain is messy data. Just picture an import declaration form. The info about who sent it or what's inside, it's usually just typed in as free text, and you know what that means. Typos, abbreviations, weird formatting. It's a complete and total mess that just cripples any attempt to analyze it automatically.
I mean, just look at this example. To you and me, it's obvious, right? These 4 entries are all the same company. But to a normal computer system, nope, those are 4 totally separate suppliers. Now multiply that one little inconsistency by millions of transactions, and you've created a massive blind spot that criminals can just waltz right through.
But, and here's the breakthrough, the magic trick. An advanced AI model can look at that mess and see right through all the chaos. It gets the context, it sees the patterns, and it knows that all those variations are actually the exact same entity. And then it does something brilliant. It gives them all one single, unique ID.
And this brings us to the hero of our story, a process they call codification. The best way to think about it is like giving every single supplier and every single product its very own unique digital fingerprint. It's the only way to clean up the data chaos and create perfect crystal clarity.
So here's the bottom line. Codification takes all that messy, unstructured free text from the forms, and it completely transforms it. It turns it into structured, standardized data that machines can actually read and understand. This is the foundational step. Without this, nothing else is possible.
So how does this actually work? Well, it's basically a 4-step process. First, the AI just grabs all the raw text. Then, using something called natural language processing, which is really just a fancy way of saying it teaches computers to understand human language, it cleans up the mess. Next, powerful algorithms group all the similar entries together. And finally, boom, it slaps that single unique ID on the whole group.
And this whole idea doesn't just apply to suppliers, it works on the goods themselves. So our supplier, A8000001, might ship the exact same car parts, but as you can see here, describe them a little differently each time. Again, that creates confusion, and it's a perfect loophole for fraud.
But with codification, all those different descriptions get tied to one single product ID. Now, for the first time ever, Customs can automatically compare the declared price for the exact same product from the exact same supplier across thousands of shipments. This is an absolute game changer for spotting when someone's trying to cheat on the value.
Okay, so now that the data is finally clean and organized, the real fun begins. With this solid foundation, Indian Customs can now unleash a whole arsenal of AI-powered risk hunting models. This is where the system stops just organizing data and starts actively finding the bad guys.
And what an arsenal it is. I mean, just look at this suite of tools. They've got models that check valuations in real time, analytics that can map out an entire supply chain to find suspicious links, and even a database that connects new shipments to past crimes, flagging risks before a ship even docks.
And this table just shows the transformation perfectly. We're moving from slow, manual checks to real-time automated analysis, from looking at one shipment at a time to seeing the entire supply chain network. And most importantly, we're going from reacting to crime after it happens to predictively targeting risks before they can even do any harm.
So all of this sounds amazing in theory, right? But is it actually working in the real world? The answer is a massive, resounding yes. This technology is delivering real, measurable victories, and it's making borders a whole lot more secure.
The results are just stunning. In one case, the AI flagged a single shipment coming from Afghanistan.
That one flag led to the seizure of 294 kilograms of heroin. That's a huge bust that was only possible because the AI could connect the dots in the data. And it didn't stop there. In another case, the system identified a suspicious shipment at sea. The result? They intercepted almost 883 kilograms of methamphetamine. That's an enormous amount of a very dangerous drug that was stopped dead in its tracks.
And it's not just about narcotics. The AI also flagged a shipment that was hiding 7.9 million illegal cigarettes. Now, that's not just a ton of lost tax money. Catching that helps to dismantle the organized crime networks that depend on this kind of smuggling. On top of all that, the system has been absolutely critical in spotting illegal e-waste dumping, finding all sorts of other prohibited items, and uncovering widespread commercial fraud, which protects both the economy and the environment.
You know, this quote from Indian Customs really just sums the whole thing up perfectly. By transforming unstructured data into structured formats, they gained the power to detect risks with greater accuracy. It's like they've gone from searching in a pitch-black room to flicking on a giant spotlight.
And that leaves us with one final powerful thought. What we're seeing in India is really a blueprint for the future of global trade. So what happens when every single country can turn this data chaos into clear, actionable intelligence? Well, it points to a future of safer trade, stronger economies, and much more secure borders for every single one of us. Thanks for joining me on this explainer.